Welcome back, everyone, to the Devin Henry Show. We are ready to roll, talking a little bit of local Arizona sports. We're going to start things off in the NBA. First of all, the Los Angeles Lakers are probably the surprise team in the NBA. They're 10-13. They're actually 500 just last week. They're currently fighting for a playoff spot right now, sitting at the 9 seed. And one of the reasons why people are saying that this team has been succeeding is because of their strong young core. You look at the progression of D'Angelo Russell and Jordan Clarkson. They're playing really well. Julius Randle's getting his minutes, and he's starting to score. But at the start of the season, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Phoenix Suns were going to be at the bottom of the Western Conference because they have a strong young core. You can't have it both ways. So what is going on here? The Lakers have a strong young core. The Suns have a somewhat like strong young core. While the Lakers are fighting for a playoff spot, the Suns are 6-15. Only in front of the Mavericks, the Nets, and the 76ers. Why in the world is this team not winning games and the Los Angeles Lakers, who's arguably a close team to them, out there fighting for a playoff spot right now? First of all, I've heard a lot of people saying that the reason why is because the young players are not getting their minutes as they should be to try to grow this young core. Here's what I say to that. Devin Booker is their leading scorer right now, averaging over 19 a game. TJ Warren is averaging almost 18 per game. What else do you want? Who else? Okay, Marquise Chris is playing good. He's averaging 6 points per, and he started 14 games. He's doing all right, but he's only getting 16 minutes. I understand that. But who else do you want to play? You got Allen Williams, Tyler Ulis, who just has not been converting, John Jenkins, and Derek Jones Jr., whoever that is. Then you have your draft pick, Dragan Bender. Dragan Bender had a career high in minutes last night with 27 minutes, and he scored 3 points and 4 fouls. He had more fouls than he had points, yet for some reason we're saying that the young core is not getting enough minutes? Here's the thing. Last night against the Utah Jazz, the Phoenix Suns came back from 25 down to tie the Jazz in the fourth quarter. They ended up losing the game, but it was not the youngsters that was the reason why they came back. The reason they came back was Leandro Barbosa, Jared Dudley, and Tyson Chandler, who are all going to retire in the next few years. That's why this team came back and had a chance to win last night. Much less, Devin Booker had points, but that's about it. Brandon Knight was coming off the bench. He played fantastically. That's about it. When you look at the draft picks, you have the Lakers who drafted Brandon Ingram, and then directly after that was the Phoenix Suns with Dragan Bender. Brandon Ingram has played in 23 of their 23 games, starting 6 of them, and is averaging 8 points in 26 minutes. That's not bad. That's not too shabby. He's doing a good job as a rookie on a team that's surprisingly doing well. I mentioned Dragan Bender had 3 points last night after, well, it's 28 minutes. He averages 12 minutes a game. He's only playing 16 of the 21 games. He averages 3 points. I don't know. You hate to go out to a team and go, oh my gosh, you had a top draft pick and you draft this foreign guy who was terrible. And then you look at Kristaps Porzingis up in New York. So I don't want to go and hate on Dragan Bender quite yet. We knew from the start that he was going to need some sort of work to get to a top level where he could be playing every single game and not being benched. We knew that. So don't expect him to come out and be putting up big numbers. Then we can move on and talk about the coaches. I'm sorry, Earl Watson, but I'll take Luke Walton any day. Luke Walton played with a great Lakers team. I don't even know Earl Watson's background. I mean, he was assistant coach a few years ago. I don't think he played. So I'll take Luke Walton, who is a champion with the Golden State Warriors, over Earl Watson. No disrespect to Earl Watson, because I think he's done probably one of the better jobs with the roster he's been given. But I'll take Luke Walton, but that's not the reason why they're winning. This team is so close. The Suns are better in all top stats. Booker scoring more than Lou Williams in points per game, who's the leading point getter for the Lakers, which kudos to him. He hasn't started a game this year. He's the sixth man, and he's going out scoring 18 a game. The Suns' leading rebounder is Tyson Chandler, who's averaging 3 more rebounds than the Lakers' leading rebounder, Julius Randle. Bledsoe's averaging more assists than Russell, and then steals for Warren is more than Clarkson. Even blocks, Len's having more blocks than Tariq Black. All the stats point to that the Suns should be a better team. They both average about the same amount of points per game. They're both in the bottom 7 and point differential per game. So what is wrong? I can't say the Lakers' schedule isn't easier. They've had tough games. They're 1-2 against the Golden State Warriors, which kudos to you, I guess. But I think that the Lakers are just on a hot run. I think that's about it right now, actually. Think about it, guys. We have 60 more games to go. Can this young core actually hold on and play another 60 games and still be fighting for a playoff spot? I don't think so. All-Star games in February, guys. February is worlds away. I don't think this Lakers team can keep it up, but both teams have bright futures as long as the front office keeps things together. That brings up my next subject. The Suns front office is scaring the life out of me. We'll start with this. In October, the ESPN Annual Ultimate Standings ranked the Phoenix Suns, the worst franchise in the NBA, and number 120 out of 122 teams in North America. Only in front of the 49ers and the LA Rams. Robert Sarver, the Suns owner, was ranked at number 117 overall, an NBA worst. Sarver wrote an open letter apology to Phoenix Suns fans in February, apologizing for the lack of wins last season. Let me tell you, because at first I was like, oh, he didn't need to come out and do this. This is so great, and maybe things will change in Phoenix. That's what I was thinking as a fan. Here's what's happened since that February open letter. First of all, do you remember the three-headed point guard? Yeah, Goran Dragic, Isaiah Thomas, and Eric Bledsoe. They were a playoff team, and then they threw all that away. They become a terrible team. Now we have that again with Bledsoe, Knight, and Booker. So if a three-headed point guard ruins a good team and makes them terrible, what will it do to a terrible team? Will it make the Suns as bad as the Sixers? Why is that? Did you not learn your lesson the first time? That's my question. Second of all, you had the Amar'e Stoudemire retirement. He said, I went to retire where I feel wanted, and he retired a Knick. Let me tell you something. He was with the Suns with one of the greatest pinnacles in Phoenix Suns history. The Suns fans are much better. No offense to New York Knicks fans. The Suns fans are a lot better than Amar'e Stoudemire and the organization than Knicks fans are. He's not talking about the fans. He's talking about the front office. Later on, he mentioned he went to the front office of the Suns, and he said something upon the lines of he didn't feel a good vibe from them. Are you kidding me? The Phoenix Suns should be welcoming Amar'e Stoudemire with open arms, saying, yes, please retire us, son, because you deserve it, and we deserve it. We were great together. But instead, he goes and retires a New York Knick. Then, this offseason, they cut Archie Goodwin. You have a strong young core, so hey, I have an idea. Let's get rid of one of the pieces. Why would you get rid of Archie Goodwin? He was knocking down game winners and had game highs in the preseason. He was playing great last year. His average from last year would be the 5th highest on this Phoenix Suns team right now. Why would you get rid of him? You got rid of him and you kept, let me list these guys off for you because I don't know them. John Jenkins, Alan Williams, and Derek Jones Jr. And you still, I'd take him over Tyler Ulis. I might even take him over Marquise Chris. Why did you cut Archie Goodwin? That's what, because I just mentioned, both these teams, the Lakers and Suns, have a great future if they keep the young core together and do a great job. This shows me that they don't care. What are you thinking getting rid of one of your key young pieces? I'm going to stop ranting, and we're going to move to the Arizona Cardinals, and I might start ranting again, so please bear with me. Cardinals are 5-6-1 this season. They will not catch Seattle, and more than likely, their season is over. I'm sorry. They're 17th in scoring, but they have the second best defense in the NFL. Even while Palmer hasn't been great, this offensive line has been horrendous. This is not Carson Palmer's fault. They have the third worst offensive line in the NFL. Palmer has been sent 96 times. That's only the Colts and Browns have had their quarterback hit more. They average 23 points per game, which is 17th in the league, like I mentioned. But the defense hasn't been great. They've done their job. They allowed 21 points, which is 11th best in the NFL. But the receivers have not shown up on this offense either. John Brown had over 1,000 yards last year in 15 games. We're 11 games through and he has 399. He's on track to have less yards than his rookie year. Michael Floyd has half as many yards currently than he did last year with only 5 games to go. This is not Palmer's fault. He's throwing a career average completion-wise, and he has the third most sacks in his entire career due to this terrible O-line. If it wasn't for David Johnson, the running back on this team, who has the second most receiving yards of a running back in the NFL, this team would not have 5 wins. Due to the poor wide receiver positions right now, he has as many receptions as Floyd and Brown combined. Palmer's playing. Johnson's playing. Larry Fitzgerald is still playing, but you need more offense than that to win games. Before I wrap things up, got to give a shout out to Drew Stanton. Why? I love this guy, man. If you ever look at him sitting on the sideline, he always has his helmet on, even though more than likely he's not going to play. He always has his helmet on, and he's always celebrating for basically no... I love this guy. He's a ton of fun to watch. Just a quick shout out there. So, that'll do it here with the Devin Henry Show on Blaze Radio. Hopefully I'll see you around next time, but that'll do it for now. I'm Devin Henry signing off, and I will see you next time.